Okay, so today we'll work on some of the questions which has appeared in CAT 2019. What I'm planning is every 2 days or 3 days I'll post four or five questions which has appeared in the previous paper. So I'm starting with slot 1 CAT 19, then I'll finish slot 2, then we'll move to CAT 18 and 17. So till CAT I'll be posting some of the questions, not some, I would say all the questions which has appeared earlier in the previous CAT, which held in 19, 18 and 17. Right, so basic motto is to know how to solve these kind of questions. Right, so I'll pick four questions from different formats. Let's start with the first question, which is nothing but an arithmetic one. So let's see what's there in the question. So before solving the question, we'll do the basic prompt analysis. We'll check what are the requirements and what are the things to be done while solving the question. It's given in a class of 60%. In a class, 60% of students are girls. So it's already given 60% of them are girls. That represents the remaining are, which is nothing but it's already given rest are boys. So what is the remaining part? That's nothing but 40%. Now, to find out the relation between them, some more information will be there. That's given that there are 30 more girls than boys here. Either create equations or else just go by the basic ratio. This represents the ratio between girls and boys is nothing but 3:2. Assuming 3 boys and 2 boys, that means the difference between them is nothing but 3 girls and 2 boys. So the difference between them is nothing but 1. But what is the actual difference given? Actual difference is nothing but 30, which is basically 30 times of my assumption. So that means the actual values will be 30 times of these. I can say there'll be altogether 90 girls, 60 boys, right? I can find out the total number of girls and boys there. That's nothing but 150 people are there. Right, that's the first thing which we have identified. Next is if 68% of the students, including 30 boys, pass examination, the percentage of girls who did not pass. So let's try to find out how many girls pass the examination, or else what percent of girls pass the examination. Best way to work is to work on the allegation, because I know the ratio between girls and boys here, they are already in the ratio of 3:2. And we know total number of boys are nothing but 60. Out of these 30 boys passed, that represents 50% of the boys have passed the examination. Overall figure is about 68%. So this difference is nothing but 18, and I want these two difference in the ratio of 3:2. That represents this will be 12. Also I can say the number of girls who passed the examination will be 12 more than 68 percentage point, so that will reflect 80%. So I can say the number of girls who passed the examination are nothing but 80%. So those who did not pass, failed girls, are nothing but 20%. Right, let's take the next one. Next one is, it seems to be of coordinate geometry, because they have used the term coordinate here and they have used some of the coordinates in this. With a rectangular axis of coordinates, the number of paths from 1,1 to 8,10 via 4,6, where each step from any point xy is either 2x, y plus 1 or 2x plus 1, y. Now I can represent this one in terms of units. That means either I'm moving 1 unit towards x-axis, or else I'm moving 1 unit towards y-axis, but I'm not moving diagonal here. So if we'll take the basic representation, let's say this point is 1, 1, or let's say this is 1 unit here. I can say this is 2, 1, 3, 1, this is 4, 1. Likewise it will be nothing but 8, 1 here, right? Then it's 1, 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5, 1 comma 6. It goes up to 1 comma 10. So this point is definitely 8 comma 10, which is given there. Now if I need to pass through 4 comma 6, so 4 comma 6 is nothing but this point, right? This is 4 comma 6. Now it seems it's of coordinate geometry, but it's basically of a permutation format, where if we'll identify to reach to this point how many units I need to travel. I need to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 units. If we move in this variation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or else again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So anyhow I have to travel 8 units, and these 8 units will be either on the horizontal side or else on the vertical side, because either I'm moving +1 towards x-axis or else +1 towards y-axis. Here we can identify, suppose I'm moving, let's say I have taken this path, so I have moved 3 horizontal units here. Simultaneously I have also taken 5 vertical units here, right? Also let's say that I have 8 sticks and I want to create a ladder so that I can move from this point towards this point. So for that I need 3 of them to be in the horizontal format, and the remaining will be considered as vertical sticks, right? So I can say that I am also arranging these verticals. I have 5 verticals available, as well as I have 3 horizontals available, and they are the identical values. So I'm just rearranging them. I can represent this one in terms of, I have 8 terms available, which can be represented as 8 factorial, which can be arranged in 8 factorial ways, but 5 of them are the identical verticals, so 5 factorial, and the remaining is nothing but 3 factorial, which is also in other sense, which you have seen, is nothing but 8C3 or 8C5, right? The other ladder one format, where I'm talking about creating a ladder where 3 of them will be the horizontal sticks. Same logic is applicable on the other side. I'm traveling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 units. 4 on the horizontal side and 4 on the vertical side. So now it's 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 4 factorial, which can be written as 8C4 also, or else we can say that out of the given 8 sticks, I'm choosing 4 sticks to create a horizontal form for a ladder. Now it's a case of AND. Basically you can say it's a case of AND here, because I am moving from this point to this point, and then I'm moving from this point to this point. So AND represents multiplication. Let's multiply these values. 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial into 3 factorial into 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 4 factorial. Correct? So the value is here. If we'll take the first one, that will be nothing but 56. If we'll take this, that's nothing but 70. My overall value is nothing but 3920. Let's take the next one. So next one is of geometry. So let's try to draw the diagram. Although it's a direct question here, I have a circle of radius 11 centimeters. CD is a diameter available. So let's draw it. I have a diameter CD, which is nothing but of 22 centimeters, as 11 centimeters is the radius, and AB is a chord of length 20.5. So I have to check whether this chord is intersecting this one or not, right? There are 2 types of cases possible. One, they are intersecting, and the second one is the parallel one. So if AB and CD intersect, they have already given that they are intersecting, right? So let's consider AB at point E here, says that let's take C at this point, so that this is 7, so remaining will be nothing but 15. Now it's a direct formula based format where I can say CE into ED should be equal to EE into EB, right? So it's 15 into 7, which is actually 105, should be equal to, let's take this part as D for the time being, so it's D into 20.5 minus D. Do not solve the complete part, let's try to identify the possibilities here, right? So the length is nothing but 20. There are two things which we can do. I know it's nothing but 105, the number is ending with 5, and I have to multiply two values where one of the part is in decimals, such that the overall value is an integral value and it should end with 5. So remember, if I have 0.5 available, if I'll multiply this one with something ending with 0, the unit digit is definitely 5. That means this will be ending with 0. It could be 10, 20, any of these values. So let's take a basic analysis here. So if we'll take the value as 10 and next is nothing but 10.5, that's definitely 105, right? So that means the difference between them is nothing but 0.5. All the second thing is the length is nothing but 20.5. Assuming the value here is 105, which is near to 100, which is a perfect square, which is nothing but 10 into 10. So the value is slightly more than this, right? And 10 plus 10 is nothing but 20. Here the value is 20.5. So possibly the value is 10 and 10.5. Here we can check the values, but 10 and 10.5, so the difference is nothing but 0.5. So I can also utilize the options to work on these kind of values. Next one is related to function. For any positive integer, so function, the good part of the function is you have to insert the numbers to check the values. They hardly ask a core functional question. Now let's see here, it's given let fn is equal to n into n plus 1. That represents this is definitely an even number. Let's do some basic analysis here. And fn is equal to n plus 3 when n is an odd number, so this is also an even number here. That means I'm definitely dealing with the even numbers here. Here it is already multiplied with 8, so it should be an even number, although that's not needed. This is an even number, right? Because my difference is an even number here. If we'll check this value, it's 8 into f m plus 1, and the second one if m is equal to 2. There are two possibilities. Either this part is a is a case where I'm multiplying two values. That means I have to consider this as a multiple of two values, right? And the second case is if I'm multiplying three values here, because 8 into something is there. In that case this will be a single value, so single value is definitely not possible here. So my basic analysis is this should have two values here, and this one should have exactly one value, so that 8 into 1 other value represents two values. It's a multiple of two values here. So according to this, as we have seen that when n is an even number, that represents m is definitely an even number. If m is an even number, m plus 1 is definitely an odd number. So let's insert the value here. It's about 8 into it's basically m plus 4 now, minus it's m into m plus 1 is equal to 2. Easy to solve this part now. It's 8m plus 32 minus m square minus m is equal to 2. That represents m square minus 7m minus 30 is equal to 0. So m value is either 10 or else minus 3. So it's already given that it's a positive integer, so minus 3 is ruled out. M has to be nothing but 10 here. right? Second thing which we can identify here is when we have converted these, the difference is 2 and this is a product of 2 consecutive value, so that represents this value m plus 4 should be, or else the value m should be near to 8, right? That's the basic condition. It could be lesser, could be greater. Lesser is not possible because suppose I have taken 6 here, so 6 into 7 here, and it's 6 plus 4 10, so definitely not possible here, so it should be greater than 8. But let's check. Suppose m I have considered 6, so this value 6 into 7, so 6 into 7 is how much? 42. That means this value has to be 44, which is not possible here. Then m suppose is 7 here, so 7 into 8 is definitely not possible here. M is 8 is not possible. M is 9. 9 into 10 is 90. This value cannot be 92 as it should be a multiple of 8, right? M is 10, so 10 into 11 110, and this value should be 112, which is definitely possible here. So 112 is nothing but 8 into 13, sorry, not 13, 14, correct? So that definitely satisfies my condition, so m should be nothing but 10, right? So a lot of time you need not to calculate the complete part, you can always analyze from the information given. So these are the 4 questions we have discussed today. Hopefully in another 2 days we'll discuss 4 more questions, and we'll try to cover almost all the quant questions which has appeared in 19, 18 and 17 before 15th of November. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.